Hello everyone and welcome to this channel update for Students of Gaming. Twain, for those that don't know, probably already know that. And this is going to be a pretty long video, at least for an update video. So I'm gonna add little chapter timestamps down in the description that you can check to see if there are specific parts that you want to get to, skip around, whatever. So hopefully that works out. First and foremost, thank you so much to everybody that has came by and watched the channel at any point in time, and I'm just kind of blown away by the support, so I really appreciate that. And before I forget, yeah, I got the hat. It was actually easier to find than the track jacket was, oddly enough. And if you're interested in getting this hat, I will post a link to the Etsy page where you can get one. I believe the user that sells it, his name's Snow Tigra, I believe. So yeah, just that'll also be in the description if you want to walk around with, quite frankly, the most awesome hat that has ever graced fiction. So let's start off with two things that are going to get their own separate videos eventually, but I kind of wanted to make sure they're announced here, just so that people know what to expect. First being that we were supposed to do a giveaway at 1,500 subs, and then at 2,000, which by 2,000 I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but I still haven't figured out exactly how we're going to accept entries just yet. Once I get that taken care of, then I'll post a video and we can get through that pretty quickly. But we have decided that for the 2K sub giveaway, we are going to be giving away a Nintendo Switch Lite or $200 worth of gift cards from the gaming platform of your choosing. So kind of like what we did before. Like I said a while ago, the giveaways would be much less frequent, but essentially still carry much of the same value. There'd just be bigger prizes, which is what we're gonna do here. So again, I'll make another video describing the details of the giveaway once I get those hammered out. The next thing involves the schedule. Now I'm gonna get into the schedule in more detail a little later in the video, but I wanted to mention what the plans for March were because they're a little different than usual. For those that followed my not so illustrious speedrunning career, I once held the world record in Mega Man 1 through 6 Legacy Collection, basically a meme category, but I take my meme categories very seriously. So I went from first to now third over the course of a few months, and I'm pretty sure I can get that back. So what I'm gonna do is dedicate the month of March, not just to speedrunning and catching up on practice for 1 through 6, but also make it a Mega Man centric month in general, and it's gonna be called Mega March. And what's special about it, in addition to it being Mega Man centric, is that all the revenue that the channel makes for that month, the month of March, will be going towards Extra Life. For those that don't know what Extra Life is, I'm going to include a link to their charity down below. Their focus is on helping kids. So I've seen a lot of kids that are really struggling. So the charity that focuses on helping out those kids is exactly, kind of what I would like to get behind. And in addition to that, they've Extra Life has kind of shifted its focus to more of COVID relief with the children. So anything, every dollar we make for the month of March is going to go towards Extra Life. I plan on having little fun things in which it will determine how much I personally donate by the end of the month, but I will get to those details more in the Mega March video that I'm going to be doing that expands on what the schedule is going to be like and what we can expect. Like I said, it's not just going to be speedrunning. I'm going to finish the Zero series, probably the ZX series. If I'm able to get that world record sooner rather than later in 1 through 6 on Legacy Collection, then I plan on starting like Battle Network, because I've only played 1, and that was a long time ago. So it'd be nice to give that franchise a little more attention on the channel, considering that I'm a huge Mega Man fan. Now, the schedule in general, outside of March, what we're going to be looking at is finishing Ultra Despair Girls in February, and then between whenever we're done with that and the start of March, we will see if we can get something finished like Fairy Tail, or just something else that we can get done in that period of time is probably what I'll be looking at. And then March, we have the Mega Man streams, which will go through all of March. And then, once Mega March is over, early April, we are starting Ace Attorney Investigations. A lot of people have asked if we're going to play those spin-offs. We absolutely are. In fact, I'm going to play both spin-offs before we get to Dual Destinies. And then we will have Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice after the 2 investigation games. And in addition to that, we are hoping then that the Great Ace Attorney series gets localized. That was one of the things I think that was found in the Capcom data mine. So that would be really nice if by the time we've gotten through Spirit of Justice, that we will have gotten those games like localized on Switch. That'd be really cool. Then after that, we're gonna take our standard, like we're doing right now, like month and a half break between Danganronpa and Phoenix Wright games. We'll play Danganronpa V3, and I've had some questions in regards to whether I'm going to watch the anime. I'm definitely going to watch the anime. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a reaction or something like that yet. It seems like people would be interested in that, so I'll try to figure something like the best way to do that, so that you can watch instead of having to just have me explain it like in stream or something, which wouldn't be as interesting. So yeah, I will definitely watch the Danganronpa 3 anime before getting into V3, as I understand that to be the chronological order of things. And then, after Danganronpa V3, then we'll play Ace Attorney Investigations 2. And then at that point, depending on what Danganronpa games are available, whether there's a new game, whether there's some fan games, we might then put another game in between Investigations 2 and Dual Destinies. But if there isn't, because I really don't want to start playing a fan game that isn't finished or anything like that, because I don't like the idea of starting something I might not be able to complete, then we'll just move on to Dual Destinies right away. Now, in regards to the VOD cuts, I know I've gotten really behind. I thought the shorter episodes would help me get through it faster. Turns out it's done the exact opposite. So when we get to Trials and Tribulations, I'm going to go back to my old format, where each video is going to be like the entirety of that case instead of breaking them up. But we're going to finish Justice for All as, the current setup that we have. I'm going to prioritize those once we get the rest of the Breath of the Wild episodes out, which we'll be finishing maybe this week, I hope. And then I'll be focusing on the VOD cuts, getting all the VOD cuts out for Justice for All, Trials and Tribulations, and then by then I will also have gotten started on the Apollo Justice VOD cuts, for those that still want to watch it in that sort of format. Then there's Chapter 5 of Game 1, Rise from the Ashes. People have asked about it, and yes, I have been working on it recently. I took a very, very long break from working on that thing because, for those of you that have watched it, you probably know there's something that I did in that playthrough that I really regret. Not like something naughty or anything like that, but it was a voice choice that if I could go back and change it, I would definitely do so. And so I'm going to. So when Chapter 5 is released, you'll notice that I have redubbed over myself one of the characters' voices, which is it makes it a lot more bearable for me because it's cringe for me to watch it, like editing it. I couldn't, and I hadn't thought about doing this until recently. So now that I can just redo the voice lines and add them in and they not sound like trash, I can get back on track with that. So I can't promise that it's going to happen within the next couple weeks, because this is still it's going to be a very long video. I am actively working on it, and it is something that will get done pretty soon. Another thing that's going to be coming up soon is the best of 2019. You heard me right, the best of 2019. And then after that, I'm immediately going to get working on the best of 2020. A little behind on that too, fortunately. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we're going to be finishing the Breath of the Wild playthrough very soon, hopefully this week. And big thanks to everybody that stuck through the entirety of that. That was a very, very long playthrough. And honestly, it's going to be really nice to play something else now with KY and Tone instead of just Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild. We can get going on stuff like The Last of Us, Super Mario RPG. She's turned her back on Breath of the Wild. I'm also getting back to working on alert and credit commands, because I know that's been something that people have been asking about in chat. What are the credits for? What can we use them for? Well, I've always wanted it to be a lot more than what we have. It's just they're actually kind of annoying to put together, oddly enough, even though it's just, a little clip that shows up whenever you type in exclamation whatever. But I am going to get back on that as well. Another thing that'll get its own announcement video, you can consider this the unofficial announcement because it's just not ready yet, is that we will be starting to sell merch very soon. We wanted to do this a while ago, but the delay was trying to get some more interesting designs in there other than just the shield logo, which I love our logo a lot, but I wanted to give, people something a little extra in terms of like channel references or, something like that. Something that's more than just like, shield right here or the shield that's bigger. But you will have access to that if you want, but we're hoping that some of the other designs end up working out as well. I've also had the idea of doing these little short videos that's more focused on like us ranting about stuff. They wouldn't be too long, more like 2-3-ish minutes, something like that. And I've had some really ideas that I've actually really liked, which is rare, but I just haven't had the time. As you guys know, this is just something we do on the side. I have my law practice that I do during the day, and then I, moonlight as a streamer at night. So hopefully one thing that we'll be able to do in the future is get an editor to help out. Maybe not handle all the editing, but to help out with some of these like highlight videos and clip videos and stuff like that, so that I can get them out more consistently. Because the videos, just ever since I started streaming, I have not been able to get the videos like out as scheduled as I would like, and I feel bad about that. But at the same time, the reason that's happening is that we're streaming so much, so we don't have the time for editing like I would like to. I also am editing most of our stuff on a 2010 MacBook Pro, which not the greatest. And I could get, Vegas or something for PC, but I'd have to learn how to do that too. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. If you have any suggestions, anything you'd like to see, you can feel free to comment down below. Please like the vid, good engagement, and sub if you haven't done so. And you can also find the links to our socials. Not social security numbers, just social media. Sorry for those scam artists that got really excited. Down below, our Twitter, Discord, So yeah, I'm sure there's something I'm forgetting. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do right now, and it's just a matter of having the time to do it. But I just wanted you guys to know that I am working hard and trying to get this all out for everyone. Content you deserve. So, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Watch out for the videos that will be coming separately for the giveaway, Mega March, and the merch. Those are all gonna be released separately that give more of like a trailer or something, I guess, for those specific events. So, in any case, watch out for those, and I hope you found this informative, answered some questions that you might have in terms of scheduling and stuff like that. And yeah, hope to see you guys around. Until then, take it easy.